In the professional world, a single accusation can unravel a career, a reputation, a life. But what if that accusation, even if valid, was just the first step in a calculated campaign of destruction? This isn't a story about a clear-cut case of right and wrong, but the terrifying gray area where truth is weaponized and trust becomes a fatal flaw. Every company has protocols, systems designed to protect its employees. Harassment reporting, a vital tool, a safety net against abuse. But what happens when that safety net is manipulated? When a courageous act of reporting becomes the ultimate weapon in a playbook of sabotage? This is the story of Mark Jensen, a rising star, whose professional life was not just derailed, but utterly demolished by someone he worked alongside. A story orchestrated by Sarah Vance, the very colleague who reported him for harassment. A colleague who then twisted the narrative, fueling a whisper campaign that systematically dismantled his future. The initial report hit Mark like a tidal wave. Investigations, interviews, the immediate chilling effect on his standing within the company. But the official process was just the beginning. Sarah's true campaign started subtly. Concerned conversations, sharing information that painted Mark in an increasingly sinister light. Opportunities vanished. Projects were reassigned. His once stellar reputation began to erode, replaced by doubt and suspicion, not from the report itself, but from the insidious narrative spun around it. Imagine waking up every day, knowing your professional world is being dismantled, piece by piece, by someone you thought you knew. The isolation, the paranoia, the agonizing question, why? How does one fight an enemy that weaponizes perception? How do you prove intent when the damage is done through whispers and well-meaning concern? Tonight, we uncover the chilling story of Mark Jensen and the calculated, devastating betrayal that exposed the dark underbelly of professional conduct. The formal complaint landed in HR's inbox on a Tuesday morning, a carefully worded document outlining allegations of inappropriate behavior and a hostile work environment. For David, the news was a gut punch. Within hours, he was informed of the complaint and placed on immediate administrative leave, his access revoked, his reputation already under fire. Corporate policy dictated a swift, impartial investigation. HR began by notifying key stakeholders, ensuring confidentiality while preparing for initial interviews with both parties. Sarah, the accuser, presented her narrative first. She detailed instances of alleged unsolicited advances, uncomfortable comments, and a pattern she described as unprofessional and intimidating. Her dossier included selective emails, cropped screenshots of instant messages, and vague journal entries. Each piece, when isolated, seemed innocuous, but together painted a concerning picture. David vehemently denied the allegations. He provided his own communication logs, pointing to the professional nature of their interactions and the absence of any inappropriate overtures. Sarah named a supposed witness, a junior colleague, Alex, who corroborated certain feelings of discomfort but could offer no concrete examples of harassment. As HR cross-referenced timelines and communication data, minor discrepancies began to surface in Sarah's account. A reported incident couldn't be fully aligned with meeting schedules. Beyond the HR office, a different kind of investigation was underway. Rumors about David's alleged misconduct began to spread like wildfire through the company hallways. Sarah, while maintaining her victimhood to HR, subtly nurtured the growing whispers. She confided in select colleagues, portraying herself as brave but fragile, deepening David's isolation. The HR lead, Ms. Davies, a veteran of countless workplace disputes, started to notice the pattern. The emotional intensity from Sarah seemed almost too perfect, the narrative too clean. The initial investigation, designed to uncover truth, was instead revealing a complex web of carefully constructed allegations, hinting at a motive far beyond workplace safety. The story of Mark and Sarah leaves us with a chilling question. Why? Was this a calculated act, a desperate grab for power, or something far more complex? Chapter 3 delves into the theories that attempt to explain such a devastating betrayal. One of the most unsettling theories suggests premeditated malice. The idea that Sarah's actions, from the initial report to the subsequent career sabotage, were part of a cold, calculated plan from the very beginning. Dr. Anya Sharma, a forensic psychologist, explains, in some cases, individuals display traits associated with Machiavellianism or even narcissistic personality disorder. They lack empathy, are highly manipulative, and see others as mere instruments to achieve their goals. Such individuals, experts suggest, are adept at reading social cues, identifying vulnerabilities, and exploiting systems, like HR processes, for personal gain, all while maintaining a veneer of respectability. But what if the initial report wasn't a pre-planned weapon, but an opportunity that arose? The second theory posits opportunistic exploitation. Sarah made the report, and only then recognized its potential to be leveraged for her own career advancement. Professor David Kim, an ethicist, weighs in. Workplace environments can be incredibly competitive. For some, the line between healthy ambition and unethical opportunism blurs, especially when a high-stakes situation presents itself. The initial intent might be murky, but the subsequent actions are clear. This perspective suggests a pivot point where a legitimate complaint, or even a perceived grievance, transforms into a tool for sabotage. The narrative of victimhood becomes a potent, almost unchallengeable, asset in the cutthroat world of corporate advancement. Beyond individual pathology, some theories point to systemic failures. Could the workplace culture itself foster an environment where such actions are not just possible, but even implicitly rewarded? A toxic culture can create the perfect breeding ground for betrayal. Organizational psychologist Dr. Lena Petrova explains, in cultures lacking clear ethical guidelines, robust oversight, or where power struggles are endemic, individuals may feel compelled to resort to extreme measures. When trust erodes, self-preservation can override professional conduct. This theory suggests that Sarah's actions, while individual, were enabled by a broader context, a dog-eat-dog mentality, a flawed HR system, or leadership that prioritized outcomes over integrity. She merely exploited the gaps. Ultimately, the truth may lie not in a single theory, but in a complex interplay of personal psychology, situational opportunism, and environmental factors. Human motivation is rarely simple. Understanding these theories isn't about excusing behavior, but about comprehending the forces at play. For victims like Mark, piecing together the why is a crucial step in processing an experience that shatters trust and devastates careers.